Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Castle Smashers. My name is Dan, I'm going to be chatting and Trent is going to be playing once again.
Time for me to smash through this game.
Well, it's a good game to smash through, especially if you're good at puzzle games.
A little bit good at them. I'm okay.
Good at puzzle games.
Yeah. I like my Tetris.
You should select easy mode. It gets pretty hard, it gets pretty hard quickly on normal mode, actually. This is an excellent game that I really think anyone who considers themselves a mature gamer should play. It's called Catherine, and it's a game with a very cool premise and a very interesting history, and it comes from a really cool company, which I think we mentioned in the Muramasa video, Atlas. Yeah. It's a Japanese company, and they have a publishing branch that translates a hell of a lot of them. You want to go to, I think it's Golden Theatre? Is it Golden Theatre?
Golden Theatre, that's the main story.
Yeah, you want to do that one then.
Start the story from the beginning.
Okay, so first things first, yeah, go to easy.
Easy.
First things first, as you can probably tell, this game is sexy. It's got, sexualized anime characters in it. All of the promotional artwork looks highly sexualized. It's got, sheep and a dude in a chick's cleavage and whatnot. This game almost didn't get put on EB Game / GameStop shelves because, people were worried about the content of the game. The Atlas actually had to go and put out a video saying, "Oh, misogyny in games. My God, it's in Gears of War, but it's not in this. Sex in games, it's in these 3 titles already on your shelf, but it's not actually in this game." This game pushes some boundaries, but it never goes far enough to actually have any actual sex or anything in it. But it is probably one of the most mature games I've ever played.
Okay.
And the only time I've ever felt that the game was playing me rather than I was playing it.
Bit mind rape or something. Or...
Yeah, a little bit. It's really, really unique. And for the most part, it's just a puzzle game. It's like reverse Tetris.
Well, like I was saying before, I played the demo of this when it came out, before the game officially got released.
Yeah.
And yeah, I enjoyed it quite a bit. It was a bit weird.
Well, it's a Japanese game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Should they come in any other way?
Look at this. Look, she's got an open-chested jacket or whatever. She's got
a big red afro.
Big afro.
Yeah.
Tonight's story is Catherine.
It's not a very attractive combination of it.
If you're 12, you probably shouldn't play this game. If, like I said, if you consider yourself to be a mature gamer, I do highly recommend you pick this up. This is actually a game about adultery and an affair, and the way you treat your partner, and sort of dealing with the guilt and the feelings associated with, that you would have when you're in this sort of situation.
What a playboy.
What?
And it's got a storyline that changes depending on the choices you make.
Okay.
And so you can play through it multiple times and get entirely different scenes and a completely different storyline. And it's been really well done, and a lot of the cutscenes are properly animated in anime style, as you can see on the TV here. And it's short too. So, I think you could play through... Your first playthrough might be 6 hours. Okay. Maybe a bit longer if you take forever and can't get stuck on the actual platform sections.
Now, how many different story arcs might there be, depending on whatever decisions you make?
I know of at least 4 endings.
Yep.
There are probably more.
You've been a little out of it lately. Is everything all right?
But it's basically about this guy, Vincent, who is a computer programmer, nerd, sort of shut-in type guy. And he's been dating this chick, which is Catherine with a K, for a very long time. And she's sort of pushing him to progress their relationship, and he doesn't really know what he wants to do.
Very movie-esque.
Oh, it's good. So we've recently seen a bit of an explosion of these sort of games with, was it Beyond Two Souls and The Last of Us, which are games that are very highly driven. I mean, mostly Beyond Two Souls, games that are highly driven by the story and the cinema as opposed to the gameplay.
See, I would have thought people would want the opposite of that. They want to be more immersed in the game through them playing rather than just essentially watching a movie.
Well, it does have alternative game modes where you can sort of skip the story and you can just do
Just the puzzles.
the puzzle things, and like that mode's been pretty well done in that you can unlock difficulties and you can just play through them. It's even got like a mini game inside of it, which is an arcade machine version of the same like Tetris-y type game.
Was there like a watermark in the top corner as well? Golden Playhouse.
Golden Playhouse, yeah. Because it's meant to be like we're watching a movie or being told a story by the Afro chick who's the narrator.
And this is her television channel.
Yeah, something like that. There is some really creepy imagery in this game as well. Like at one point, one of the bosses is a vagina with teeth.
Oh no.
Help me! Is anyone out there? Hurry up and climb. Who are you? Where is this place? Save your breath and start climbing. If you fall, you're dead.
It's very comforting.
Die!
I love how he's got like these love heart boxer shorts on, and he's holding a pillow.
Use the directional button.
Because is this his dream? Or is this...
Yeah, it's actually he's been cursed, and I won't tell you anything about the curse, but he's basically having these dreams which represent the sort of torment and guilt that he's feeling because of this affair that he's in.
While holding the block. Use the direct. Also on easy.
So yeah, at night he has nightmares that he's being chased by sort of the avatars of relationships, like a baby or a wedding dress and things like that. And he has to climb up this thing called the Tower of Babel and get to the top, otherwise he'll die.
These extra pillows.
It's a retry. You can see him up on the top right. So you can fall off of the tower either by just running off the edge yourself. You can run off the side.
So wait, one pillow was an extra 3 retries.
Yes, because you're on easy mode.
Oh.
Trust me. Like on my first playthrough as easy mode, I think I had like 80 odd retries.
Yeah.
But towards the end of it, I was using a few of them. And then when I started playing through in normal mode, you don't get as many retries, and you use them a lot more. Pull that one out there. No, that one. Yep. There you go. Jump up.
Alright, I got it. Alright, I got it. This is very important.
So I just apologise to everybody again about picture quality, even though I'm not actually sure if you can see it. We're using the analog video output from the PlayStation 3 because it's got that HDMI protection stuff that costs a lot to go around. And we do this for free. We don't even monetize the videos, so we can't afford to get any devices which can actually record the PlayStation through HDMI.
This isn't a fantastic looking game anyway.
I disagree. Like, it's not a complex game. I think it looks fantastic. The character models look like anime. Which was something which they tried a lot in the PS1, PS2 generation and couldn't get, and it's only just been in the PS3 gen that they figured out how to get computer models to look like anime drawings.
Well, it's sort of using like a cell shading kind of
Yeah.
technique as well.
It's the same with Ni no Kuni, which we already did a video on, so check that out if you haven't. The graphics are amazing.
See how he jumps up those blocks? He's like a frog.
Yeah. This is like the very first level, so it sort of taught you that you can jump up one block at a time, and you can sort of push and pull them, and you can sort of grab onto an edge and crawl around as well. But later on you start getting things like spring blocks and bomb blocks and blocks that are cracked, so the first time you step on them they crumble and disappear.
Yeah.
I can get out through here.
I think he's got is it like the ram horns as well?
Yeah. There is a reason for that. Oh yeah, there's some swearing in this as well. I forgot about that.
Oh, you survived. That's... Complimented me on my escape as well.
Congratulations on a perfect climb of the underground cemetery.
I like how the afro is like the globe on the thing. What? Apparently my Catherine trophies didn't transfer over when I got the new PlayStation or something.
Oh well.
You see that?
You can... The way you woke up? Or,
Yeah, with the eyes.
or bloodshot?
No, they were ram's eyes.
Oh.
Or like sheep's eyes. Goat's eyes, I don't know.
Wait, was that 3D or was that anime style?
It's almost seamless, isn't it?
Yeah.
You get it was actually 3D, but it was kind of... You couldn't quite tell. He wet the bed.
Hello? Yeah.
They were all the rage back in the day, yeah, those flip phones. Everyone...
Japan was a couple of years behind us when it came to smartphones.
Yeah.
They're still in their smartphone boom now.
Yeah.
And they only really started the smartphone boom like 1-2 years ago, whereas we've had them for quite a few years here now. And that's got a lot to do with the fact that their dumb phones were actually a lot more capable than our dumb phones were.
Yeah. Well, they got all their fast internet speeds though. I know they don't use desktop computers as much as they do their phones. They'll pretty much do anything on their phones.
Well, they have tiny little houses for the most part, so anything that's small
Yeah.
is something they like more.
Not this time.
This time, do you usually...
So wait,
And
was
yeah,
this...
they already have a fiber network,
So you don't
whereas
do
Australia is still trying to figure out if we're even going to build one.
Yeah.
Because our governments are stupid.
And if we do build one, it's probably just going to be slightly faster.
Well, yeah, it's, I mean, not exactly on topic, but like 2 days ago, some report for NBN Co got leaked,
Yeah.
which basically details that everything is fucked.
Yeah.
No.
So this is the girl he's dating at the moment.
Yeah, Catherine with a K.
I noticed you were saying with a K, so...
Because the game is called Catherine with a C, because that's the name of the other chick, the
Yep.
one that's in the skimpy, slutty lingerie clothing.
Yep.
That's Catherine with a C.
This would get so confusing, like having two Catherines in your world.
That's why there's the subtitles there, but so that you can read the Catherine name.
My mother's been...
But the storyline has been so incredibly well crafted,
She's worried about
and I don't want to give any examples because it's spoilers.
Yeah, you'll give it away.
I mean, it's easy to keep things like they are now, but...
I don't know.
But yeah, like the first playthrough for this game is something special, especially because there's actually something that this game does in single player that it will only do on your first playthrough. In subsequent playthroughs, it won't do it.
And this is the first playthrough because we just installed it now, yeah?
Yeah, well, so I've played through it once already, but it seems like either my save game or my trophy didn't transfer over, so I'd actually need to play it from scratch again. I did like a transfer from another PlayStation as this one, and some stuff didn't come over or something.
And while police are investigating accidental causes, foul play has apparently not.
Hey, change it, the match is on.
So it says first day, is there like...
Yeah, I think it goes for about 2 weeks or something.
Okay.
So like it's about 2 weeks. So there's like 14 sort of sets of levels. Some nights you'll climb multiple stages of the tower.
Oh, that was nice. I see it went from 3D and then just went straight into like 2D anime.
You kidding? Women's wrestling?
It skips over. Oh my god, the controller battery's low.
This better not die on me.
Like she finally wants you to tie the knot.
We'll just see if we can plug a cable in here.
Yeah, you think so too? What else could it be? I've known you since we were kids, but wow, you married, huh? Hey, nothing's set in stone yet. What, you don't want to marry your girlfriend? It It's not that. I love her, but I don't think we need to run out and get married.
So I think now he's talking about her,
Comfortable where we
his
are.
relationship with her.
Yeah, that's what she said. Her job's always most important to her. You know she's always been the ambitious type, right? It doesn't mean she'll always be like that. That's not what I mean. Besides, you're single too. Hey, I'm still looking for my soulmate. I'm not like you. I've already told my girl that I'm not interested in marrying. What if you never meet your soulmate?
So he doesn't want to marry her.
He doesn't know.
Sounds just like you, Chief.
Anyway, hear about Paul? He's dead. That Paul? He's dead? Yeah. I heard he just got divorced, but he
So now our controller should have power.
complete shock. What happened to him? An accident? I don't know.
Does the button still work?
Mom and Dad in his room.
I don't want to skip the cutscene. Or do I?
There's a lot of content in this that sort of makes you really think and consider how you value relationships. Because you got the different characters here. You got the older gentleman on the left at the moment who is a bit of a player and he doesn't value relationships at all. You got the young kid on the right. He's sort of younger and more naive and still has very much like a fairy tale view of relationships. And you got Vincent who doesn't know what he thinks. He's still trying to figure it out.
Yeah. So you got these three different stages in your life, or in a personality.
Oh man. How old are you?
It's a bit hard to sort of
22.
focus on this story
That's-
with the chatting and stuff.
Oh
we're
yeah,
doing
yeah,
now.
yeah. It's pretty much impossible to play and chat at the same time.
Yeah.
This game really forces you to think about how you value a relationship and what would you do if you were in the situation where you're having an affair with your girlfriend, sort of thing. Because I mean, at certain times you can text the different girls and like the way you treat them as well. Like in the scenes where you're talking to them, you have different responses, and the way you treat them will change how the story goes. Because you might move forward with one girl and fob off the other, or try and play them both, or push them both away, sort of thing.
It's doing a bit of a 24 thing.
It's actually a disguised loading screen.
Yeah.
It's very cleverly done.
We'll just
So,
go through the hours of the day.
Once your friends go home, this is the part where you can roam around the bar and you can reply to text messages and whatnot. Yeah, so that's not going to work as well as plugged into anything.
You could even reply to some messages.
So it looks like I'll just have to have my controller
Yeah.
on charge.
We'll swap controllers if it goes flat.
Yeah.
You can tell we're organised people at home.
Yeah, we sort of planned this like 5 minutes before recording.
Oh yeah.
Not even that.
We literally just sort of come together.
Plan it as we're recording.
Yeah. We bring a pile of games that we've like dug out of the closet and like maybe an old retro console, and we'll just go, let's check this one out. Oh, I haven't even played that. I don't know what it's like. Like, what was it? We played Tenchu on the Xbox at one point. That was a mistake. It's terrible.
I don't really know what I'm going through here.
Yeah, it's just text message. It's actually a rather major part of the game, but it's not that important. You can just close it off.
So his phone has a section called awards.
Yeah, that's it just shows you feedback from the actual levels. So I mean, it breaks the narrative a bit, being that your phone has information on these dreams, but they got to have it in there somewhere, being that it's the score attack.
Doesn't he have
part
like
of the game?
Tetris or Snake or something on there we can play? Look through his calls.
You do get some slutty photos from the girls at some point, which you can go through.
He's getting a call. So now, I've got a new message. Congratulations. What?
Yeah, this is also where some of the tutorial stuff appears.
So is that just what I got then?
Yep, it is.
Yeah.
So you can get up from the table. You see the beer bottles on the side of the screen?
Yeah.
You can get completely tanked, and that will actually do different things in the game, but I won't tell you what, because it's very subtle how a lot of the mechanics work as well. It leaves a lot up to experimentation.
Can I get like smashed right now?
Yeah, you just go to the bar and keep ordering drinks.
Or
maybe it's not letting you yet. There's a point where you can get up from the table and walk around the bar and talk to people. You can go play the jukebox and go to the bathroom and whatnot. And the characters in the bar all have different stories. Oh wait, no, maybe this is here. And as time wears on, like you only get like a couple of hours in the bar before everybody starts going home and leaving, and then they'll eventually kick you out.
So I need to make the most of my drinking time.
Yeah, pretty much. Like you don't have to, but there's some really subtle storylines and other things going on.
Hi. Excuse me. Mind if I sit here?
I think she turned into some guy. The bar.
That's the owner of the pub.
Honestly, I'm not really enjoying this as much as what I thought I would.
Why is that?
I'm not doing anything.
Well, yeah, that's probably not so much of a game. You're actually into the actual gameplay part now, though.
Yeah. And there's the RAM.
But see, what you find out as the story progresses is that you're not the only one having these nightmares at the moment. Because it's also somewhat of a curse that befalls people that are cheating. And so you're all climbing the same tower and interacting with each other in the dream, but you always just appear as a sheep to everybody else.
Oh, so all those other people, those other sheep or whatever that were.
There are actually people in the same situation as you.
Okay.
What the hell? Was at the bar and this girl came in?
And that plays into the going and chatting to people at the bar part of the gameplay.
Because you get to know some of these other people.
And eventually they'll confide in you that they're having nightmares and where they're like climbing a tower and you go, what the fuck?
You start like a nightmare breakfast club guy.
That'd be funny.
Boys, listen, watch out for the cracked blocks. They'll break.
Now I've got some cracked blocks.
Whenever you see a new block.
I think I just screwed myself over there. Maybe not.
Pull that one out. Oh!
Wait, I'm
Yeah,
really screwing myself over
yeah, you're
here.
really screwing yourself over.
No! Oh, come on.
No,
Love is over. Now that I enjoy. Alright, let's do this right now.
So you see the little bar on the left, which is the tower. It shows your position on the tower. It also shows like the white part that turns black is the bottom of the tower falling away. So if you take too long, you'll run out of time and fall and whatnot. Yeah. And you see the 3 beer bottles next to it as well. That plays in. The drinking at the bar plays into it a little bit.
That's what I want to get. So I can move over there.
Right, I got it.
What are these just points?
You can buy stuff. There you get to a part where you can buy stuff. And the coins early in the game also help to teach you how to play, like showing you a path around.
Yep.
Later on, they try to trap you with them and get you to take more difficult paths or fall off the edge by putting them in weird places.
Little more.
I think I did that wrong as well. No, I didn't.
You hear that bell chiming, that's
Yeah.
how you know you're near the top, because you start hearing it when you're close to the top.
Okay, thought I was running out of time.
Nah, it's not like the Mario music. No, other direction.
Oh, I can do this.
Alright, if you want, you can do that too.
Yeah.
I got it.
See?
I got it. When you touch a checkpoint, if you come across one.
So this is the checkpoint.
Yep.
Alright, I got it. Alright, I got it.
He's really repetitive. Like, I got it.
Atlas make some really bizarre games. There's another game which is on Steam for like $5 called Rock of Ages,
Yeah.
where you're a boulder rolling down a hill. No kidding, it is probably one of the best like little mini games that I've played in a while. It's really bizarre. Nah, you want to go around to the other side and push the better, yeah. Sure,
I got it. Make my
yeah, you
little-
got it now. It's figuring it out.
Yay! Jump. No, wait.
You gotta push him over more.
Oh, come on. How do I do this?
You have to go around to the other side. How did you manage that? You don't go around the back, you can't see where you are, you end up falling off.
I didn't know what I was doing with the controller.
I thought you said you were good at puzzle games.
Not this one.
This is like level 2
This
on
is
easy
not-
mode.
This is like nothing like Tetris.
I said it was like reverse Tetris, in that the blocks are already placed. I had no idea how to explain it to you. Like,
This is just doing my mind in.
yeah, it's like you climb
Alright,
up
so-
the tower of blocks. Just push those two, like get down, and then just push that way. Yeah.
Oh, so you
do it
can't-
again. There, it came up with a tutorial before. Were you
I
not
wasn't
paying
reading,
attention?
no.
It's like a game show. You escaped!
You got the safety bonus. Yeah, that would be like some sort of sweet twist at the end. It's like some dating game or whatever, a game show.
Not bad.
So this is another of those games that you can pick up for pretty cheap if you can find it. I don't think it got a very big production run in Australia, at least. But I'm sure you'll be able to get it on eBay from like Europe. Oh, the PS3 is region free anyway, so just buy it from anywhere.
My brothers.
Do I look like a sheep? You're the sheep. Everybody here's a sheep.
Everybody uses the sheep but me.
Who are you? Where the hell is this place? Wish I knew. One thing for certain. If we don't run, we're going to be killed. Killed?
Bah.
You see
Bah.
this place once, it's all over. You'll keep coming back every night. Every night?
I think the funniest part of this is that eventually when you're climbing the tower, you'll start seeing sheep climbing the tower as well.
Yeah.
And they might attack you, or they might get in your way, or move blocks in ways which screws up the tower.
Because they want to get up to the top.
Yeah, exactly. When I played through it, I just started kicking all of the sheep off the edge because they were always getting in my way. And the people that would appear in the bar at night were disappearing because I was
Because
actually
you were
killing
killing them
them. And so there are all of these storylines that I didn't get in my playthrough, and I subsequently got the worst ending possible in the game and actually got a trophy for it.
And this was in your first playthrough.
This is in my first playthrough. And I said something, remember I said before, there's something that happens in your first playthrough that it doesn't do in subsequent playthroughs. So that actually has no consequence on the gameplay itself, so it doesn't matter. But
Do you reckon I'll be able to see it coming up soon, or is it a bit later on in the game?
no, you'll see it coming up soon, but I don't think it'll actually show up because we're not signed into PlayStation Network.
Oh.
If it doesn't show up, I'll just tell you what it is, but I won't tell you the trick.
Is this like...
It tells you the trick behind the game at the end of the first playthrough.
Ah. So this is a confessional box.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the confessional. It seems
A new lamb has appeared.
this is the world of Nightmare. You are the lambs who've been chosen.
What? ridiculous.
His
mouth.
face.
Yeah. Done that a few times.
Question 1. Is marriage the point where life begins or ends?
He's married to the point where life begins or ends.
Pull the rope with the answer that best matches your true feelings.
Oh.
Does life begin or end at marriage, Trent? How do you feel about this particular topic?
I reckon it ends.
Do you see that little meter there?
Just went into the negative, yeah.
Well, it's actually not positive or negative, but that's what it sort of, you think it is the first time you play through.
There are any more questions?
Someone else dropped you here. Someone in the real world wanted you to be dropped.
And sometimes you'll do something that you'll think will make the meter react in a particular way, and then
But
it
it
doesn't.
doesn't.
Yeah.
I always wonder that, like, say with games like The Walking Dead, have you played that?
Oh, the story one, the Telltale
Yeah.
Games one. Yeah,
Like-
where you're trying to figure out what to do to get the story to go a particular direction.
Yeah, like, you want to pick something that you would do in that situation, but, like, at the same time, you want to...
It does do it. There we go. So we're in offline mode, but look at that. The very first time you play through the game, it will actually save the answer to that question, which
Yeah.
it gives you one at the end of each level, and it gives you a graph of what other people who have played this game answered.
Yeah.
But it won't do it the second playthrough, because once you know the trick, you'll obviously give the ending you want to reach a particular story arc or ending. So that was interesting. So, only a relatively small, men only, women only, and...
So everyone reckons it begins.
Well, no. Yeah, everybody, it seems most people that played this,
Internet
men
poll
and
of
women,
people aged 20 to 40.
decided that, life begins at marriage.
How do they know your age?
Your profile information, I guess?
No. Yeah. I guess so. Wait, what am I
The other thing is, to have a PlayStation Network account, you're supposed to be over a particular age.
Mm.
I don't actually know what that is, but...
It could be like 60-year-olds.
Commencing area 2. Are you ready?
I thought that was a very cool little thing that it does.
Are you getting the hang of this?
How the fuck am I supposed to get the hang of this?
Yeah, I see the sheep on the...
Sorry, man, but I'm not going to die helping you. I've got to climb too. Oh yeah, as you climb, you'll run into strange items.
Strange items? I don't know what you're talking about.
I like the voice acting. Like, Vincent always has this, like,
Remember, you can
feeling of desperation and confusion in his voice.
Probably can't hold many, but
Like
you
he's, like, just on the brink of insanity or just flipping out entirely.
I'll take this.
So that allows you to place a block in case there are no blocks around that you can use to get somewhere. And you got other things as well.
Is that like absolutely necessary?
if you're looking to collect
In the later parts of the game, like,
As you climb up,
they're really helpful, but I don't think they're ever absolutely necessary.
if you
Yeah.
want more,
So
Maybe in
can
the
I push
harder
this guy off?
difficulties,
Whoop.
you can, yes, you can try. But see how he's like, no, don't even. You just knocked him down again.
This remind me a bit of like Pushmo.
Oh yeah, with the blocks. Yeah, I suppose. The Pushbone is certainly not a game about adultery.
Yeah,
or offender.
no way. No.
Not a Nintendo game.
Is this just on PlayStation 3?
It is a PlayStation 3 exclusive. You can't get this on the Xbox 360. And I mean, I talked about this briefly in one of the other things, but that's just because the Xbox has like no market share in Japan. Nobody has one, and they don't stock Xbox games in a lot of game stores.
Yeah.
Even if a game is released in Japan as an Xbox title, a lot of stores just don't get them in.
They're all trying. This is a
the end result of that is that some companies just don't even bother with Xbox ports. So Catherine is an exclusive. And an exclusive not because they were paid to do so, just simply because they themselves didn't think it was worth the money to make a Xbox version.
Okay.
Bit of a shame because, there's a possibility that they could have made some money from the Western release on the Xbox, being that, especially in the United States, the Xbox is so popular, and in the UK as well. But, that's the choices they make. A lot of Japanese companies at the start of the 360 and PlayStation 3 generation, sort of really tried hard at pandering towards the West. And then their attitude changed entirely, and they just went back to making games for the Japanese audience. Same with it's the same with like indies on Xbox Live Arcade. We're all like, oh my god, this is amazing, and then they all like went back to just making games on Steam.
Yeah.
You're getting better at this. Except,
Am I?
Except that you keep going around the back. Don't go around the back.
It's because you said something.
Love is over.
So does this mean he's like dead in real life as well?
If he does die, he dies in real life. Which is something the storyline reveals as you play, is that like people are actually.
You know what I do love in this game though?
What?
Is his run animation?
Yeah, it's so lame.
Yeah, I think I am getting the hang of it a bit, like how many blocks to move out before I can climb up another one.
Yep.
Right, I got it.
So what am I doing here?
You do the same thing you did before. Jump.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Or you could do that. That's a bad idea, actually. Now how are you going to pull that other one over?
Oh.
Go back around, jump up on top of that white block, pull that one out, go back around to the other side. Yep.
Oh, and then push that out.
Push it out, and then go back all the way around. There you go.
I'm learning.
Right, I got it. I made it!
I just keep thinking of that game show thing we made.
Yeah.
It's like, even the music's like da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah. Shush, stop telling us that.
I hope this thing just doesn't.
We got another controller there, we can swap over.
Yeah. I'm just wondering how this might look on, what's those virtual reality things that have been coming out recently?
Oculus Rift.
Yeah. Imagine this
3D. I don't know if
that.
I suppose if you did it from a first person's perspective, but it might make it really hard in later levels because you wouldn't be able to sort of plot your path.
Yeah.
Because you could only really see like line of sight from you, and you're trying to look straight up all the time.
I'm just gonna skip this.
Yeah, go for it. Whatever. I mean, for the most part, they'll just be explaining stuff I've already said. But they also do tell you techniques. Like they have block tricks and techniques for how to get up the tower, which I'll teach you at these landings.
Okay.
And depending on how you interact with the sheep at these landings, there's also a shopkeeper sheet where you can spend the money on like extra blocks and whatnot for that one item that you can carry on you.
Well, another question: if you had to lead a life that was short but full of experience, or long but dull, which would you choose?
Long and dull, or short and full?
I'd say long and dull. That's honestly my answer, long and dull.
Yeah. See, I would stop and just sort of sit there and look at the choices when I first played through it. I had like no idea how to answer. It was the first time I'd been asked such sort of odd questions.
So do all these answers like come to anything at the end of the game?
Well, it's making the meter move. It does actually affect how the story plays out.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
So, and this is what I mean. Like, when I played through, I treated the girls how I felt they should be treated based on the way they were acting at the time, rather than any sort of trying to sort of meta play the game and direct the story in a particular way. And I answered those questions as I myself believed would be the better answer or the right answer. And then, of course, I'm greeted with a pie graph which says whether my answer is the majority or the minority.
That's
of
actually
people's opinions.
pretty close. Like, it's not a big difference.
It's like a 60-40 split, yeah. Which was sort of confronting because some of my views were like way different to the norm and some was like spot on with the norm.
And then you start to think like, oh, my views like...
Remember I said before, I got the worst possible ending in the game. So apparently...
what does that say about your personality?
What does it say about my personality? What does it say about my values on relationships?
Everyone can get screwed, yeah. Everyone gets stuffed.
So, you know, I felt like this game was very much playing me. And then after I did play through the story... Oh, you're in a boss level.
So is this like, I have to be fast?
Oh yeah, it'll smack you if you're too slow.
No!
Oh, you fucked up!
No! I can still make it. It's coming.
Get the checkpoint! What are you doing?
I'm running too fast.
Oh my god! Don't freak out, Trent. You gotta maintain your composure.
This is turning into like a complete horror game, you know?
Uh-oh. Making things hard, man. You can't pull... Oh, you can pull it.
Oh, just pull slower.
Yeah, they're
A
heavy.
lot slower.
Oh my god.
I'll get like right to the top and then the controller will run out of battery.
That would be really bad luck. And then you just have to sit there and watch as she smushes you.
I'd enjoy that. That would be pretty funny. Go.
And like the one where you fall down, like some of the death scenes are pretty gruesome as well. So, like it's one of those games where you almost recommend that you die once in every stage just to see what happens.
Yeah.
Like she's got this big bloody fork, so I suppose you can imagine how you're gonna die if she catches up with you.
I'm just guessing she's gonna eat me or something. Stab me to death.
Right, I got it.
I got it. I've just become accustomed to pulling out 2 blocks now instead of 1.
Yeah, well, the thing is, they do actually attach on an edge, so you don't actually need to do those whole 2, because as long as it's touching, like the block is touching another block via an edge, it will stay in its position.
Okay.
Wrong direction. Or you can do that. That works too. I didn't even think of that.
Right, I got it.
There's even like a crowd cheer.
And he's like, yeah!
There's like a crowd cheering. Could you hear it? He is. He's on a game show. This is like perfect match.
It makes no sense. It's like why he wet the bed like the first night. See, remember the cutscene he wakes up and he's like, oh man, what? How did I do this?
I was just waiting for one of those quick time events, and then you miss the button. She just mutilates you.
To my memory, there are no quick time events in this game, which is, as far as I'm concerned, exceedingly good.
It doesn't look like a game that would need them anyway, or use them. Whew.
Yeah, you get the adrenaline going. Rush, rush, rush. No time to think. Just pull blocks.
Let's go. X button. X button. Go.
Yeah.
I ho. It's pushing and pulling blocks we go.
It's like 2 little cherubs with a bell for that trophy.
It's not good enough. Should have got a gold trophy.
You'll have to try harder.
Not die as much. So in PlayStation games, you get like a trophy for beating every level kind of thing.
The whole gamer score and trophy systems like that came out in this generation, because they were sort of the first time that had come out, I feel like they were a little bit half-baked. Bronze trophies are stupid, because in most PlayStation 3 games you get them for everything. You just get them constantly. And Gamerscore as well has some weird things on it where every game on the Xbox has to have 1,000 points worth of achievements or something. which means that you get some games where the achievements are actually achievements, and others will just have like 410-point crappy achievements for like walking in a straight line or something.
It's got written on his jacket. Is that like?
I don't know.
Like a reminder or something. Pick up his dry cleaning.
Oh my. It's like a chain smoker.
Yeah, he's come for one. Surprised he's not smoking in his dreams as well.
Whoa, how'd you get there?
They just got like all these close-ups of every part of her body.
A lot of these games as well tend to come with the Japanese audio track, but I don't remember if this one did. Because I almost always switch to Japanese when I've got the option, because
it just looks and sounds more natural.
They're voice actors because they've got like such a big voice industry with the video games and the anime, tend to be really skilled, whereas in the West they're not always so skilled. Although Bravely Default has some decent voice actors in it.
She likes the taste of smoke.
Is that a turn on for you?
Not for me personally.
Holy shit. Oh man, this is not good.
Oh, so he was remembering what happened.
Yeah, he's working up with her in his bed. He's like, oh shit, what did I do? That jaw unhinging like snake animation that he does.
He's just getting scared too easily.
Is this gonna be a problem?
So,
I hope he,
this is bad.
what's happening here?
When the meter pops up, it means that the storyline is going in a particular direction as a result of one of the choices you've made.
Okay.
Oh hey, I just realised that the case is a flip cover. Oh, I see. You've got Catherine with a C on one side and Catherine with a K on the other. Flip covers are cool.
Which one do you prefer?
Catherine with a C.
More visually appealing to you?
That and also, I don't really want to spoil it, but neither of the girls is perfect in this game. Both have their pros and cons, which makes it really, really hard to pick which you would chase after. Yeah, which ultimately was one of the reasons why I got the bad end, because I couldn't decide. I was too wishy-washy.
You just end up without any of them.
I ended up dying alone.
I'm sorry. I'm really
See, the camera angles are like really close to showing something.
But it just doesn't.
Yeah, but it just doesn't. And so there's no actual nudity, there's only implied nudity. Whereas you get a lot of other games that do have nudity of some form in them.
The most dangerous thing about this game is imagination.
Yeah, I would say that. I would agree completely. I just remember reading like a story from, or an interview from an Atlas employee who was talking about how much effort they had to go through to convince stores to stock the game, just because like the cover art, as well as the rating and the description on the back, sort of paints this game to be something really, really adult. And it is, but it doesn't actually have...
it's essentially just a puzzle game, like...
Yeah,
that's all you're doing is just jumping on blocks.
Yep. But it does have depictions of drinking and things like that.
Like
that's
bringing out Tetris with like a heavy RPG story or something.
Yep.
Final Fantasy themed Tetris.
What's Final Fantasy about this game?
I don't know, I'm making an example of a puzzle game that could have like a massive story, but all you're essentially doing is just tilting Tetris blocks.
Yeah.
I love these sushi train
Do you know if there are any places like this in Melbourne
that
are good?
I don't know any in Melbourne.
There was an awesome one that I went to in Sydney.
Yeah, I went to an awesome one in Sydney. It was like in the casino area, and instead of like food going around, it was desserts.
Oh, cool!
So you could get like macaroons, ice creams, different like sort of chocolate bars and stuff. The only downfall was it was like so expensive. Like you get 2 macaroons for like $6 or $7.
Wow. The only time I've been to Sydney was when I went up there for the Zelda Orchestra.
Yeah.
It was at the Opera House, where they did like orchestral version of all the Zelda music.
Mm.
Very cool. And yeah, like it's got a really nice CBD. Riding on the ferries in the harbour was cool, but oh man, we got screwed by the airport train station twice.
It's so expensive as well.
Oh, it's absolutely ridiculous. It's like they've never heard of concession fares. Well, actually, no, sorry, that's a lie. It's because we were from Victoria, they wouldn't allow us concession.
Oh, I bet you they could have. It's just
They were being dicks.
Yeah. So they're back in this bar again. This is like his day-to-day hangout.
Yeah, it glosses over what he does for work during the day, but it says he's a programmer and he goes to business meetings and does programming and shit. And then after work, he hangs out with his workmate, which is the guy with the hat, and his 2 friends at the pub. And he stays there until he either gets kicked out or you send him home early, the player, and has the nightmares. And it just chronicles like 2 weeks of his life sort of thing.
Mm. I'm just picturing like people with these newer TVs and stuff. You got that watermark up in the corner. It like burns into your screen if you've been playing.
No, that's older TVs.
Older TVs.
Old plasmas have the burning
problem.
New TVs don't have the burning problem. Burning hasn't been a problem even with plasmas for quite a while now. So, don't freak out too much. It's cool.
He's got his hands in his pockets.
You sit down and talk to people. Eventually, the 2 ladies... Oh, no, there they are. Those 2 are creepy.
Would you like to speak to Lindsay? Would you like to speak to Martha?
Oh, sorry for staring.
Please sit. Have you ever heard this story?
They are a bit creepy.
What's that?
It said a man climbed that mountain 300 years ago and was given a fort. It said a man climbed that mountain 700 years ago and was given. A man who climbs the mountain now will be given to see.
Is this a fairy tale?
These are true stories. The story of Rapunzel is based on this true story. A prince who was able to climb a very tall tower gained his princess. Now, what will you gain?
Huh?
Will you become the man of legends?
He's probably just as confused as everyone else is.
Well, you can go to the bar.
Let's get out of here. I don't want to speak.
You can go and flirt with that waitress there, or you can go to the bar and you can, watch the TV.
I'm going to flirt with the waitress.
Okay.
What any normal person would do.
You're cheating? That's
That's right, she knows.
Straight away.
She's overheard.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I hate to be cheat or curse.
Jeez, I just wanted to have a chat to her.
Chewing your ear out.
Yeah.
That's what you get for being sleazebag, Trent.
Look
So I'm
at-
trying to pick up more chicks than you.
Look what he's doing to himself. Look what she's doing to his self-esteem. Look how he stands. He's so depressed.
So depressed. The collector's edition of this game actually came with his shirt, which has got a fucking love heart thing, and it's got
Oh, the pink one.
yeah, I think it's Rave, where the love heart is the A or something.
Mm.
Look at the TV. TV.
This is breaking news in our ongoing coverage of the rash of mysterious weakening deaths. The following people were proclaimed dead today.
Those mysterious weakening deaths. Can't believe that Paul's dead.
That is all the
Paul?
information we have up to this point.
Yeah, I think that was in the cutscene you skipped.
Yeah.
In the event that there are any
It's like some of the people that sit at the bar will disappear.
Yeah, I was thinking, I hope it wasn't one of the sheep,
you can-
sheep that I killed.
Maybe, or you can talk to them as well.
I don't really want to talk to them.
Yeah. These scenes can actually take ages, and they're kind of boring if you play through them all the way, but you can just skip them. You can just head to the exit of the bar and leave.
Now, this is what I want to do. I want to play a video game in a video game.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's called like Rapunzel or some shit, and it's pretty much just the game again, but in like 8-bit sprites.
Ooh, okay, play game. You wanted us to do some classic games, and we're doing some classic.
So all it takes to be a classic game is to be like 8 or 16-bit. Is that
Yes.
your reasoning, Trent?
Yes.
Okay. Well then, like every indie game released for like the last 5 years is a classic game.
And this is on an arcade.
Arcade screen. Yeah.
Arcades are considered classic, yeah.
I don't know if there are any games that I like enough to consider like ever getting like an arcade cabinet of it.
Yeah, I actually thought of that sometimes, like... This is so stupid.
There are achievements associated with like doing well in this, but it makes for really good practice for the actual main segments of the game.
Yeah.
Love art. I wonder what's going on in there. So it's got undo up to 9 times. You can actually do that in the main part of the game if you're on particular difficulties.
Yeah.
Do you want me to tell you what the beer does? Like the little beer bottles?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, how drunk you are, actually, it causes like time to blur in your game, and it actually makes the tower collapse slower.
Mm-hmm.
So the more wasted you are when you go to sleep, the slower the tower collapses.
Okay.
Or the more time you have to get to the top, one or the other.
So, what, it's good to drink more?
It's good to drink more, that's right. Binge drink. Do it. Unleash your inner Aussie. A cat has 9 lives, and a woman has the life of 9 cats. Crazy cat lady puns.
Is that a cigarette?
No, it's a jukebox. Just go to the front door, which is the opposite side. You can go to the bathroom, actually. Go to the bathroom.
This is going to turn into like a No More Heroes kind of...
No, the bathroom actually freaked me out the first time I did it.
He puts his head up on someone else.
What?
Tonight you'll visit the torture chamber. Don't.
Huh?
Who?
Yeah, he's like losing his mind a little bit. Sometimes you get photos from the girls that are like a little bit erotic, and he refuses to let you check the phone and see the images when you're at the bar, so you have to go into the toilet.
So we're going to get that same... We should probably wrap this thing up pretty soon. I think we've seen what... Gameplay-wise...
Gameplay-wise, you've pretty much seen everything now.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a complicated game. It only really takes, 6 to 10 hours to play through the first time. But you can replay it a heap of times, and it'd probably take longer if you play on the harder difficulties, because, man, you can get stumped on those towers. And, yeah, really well worth playing this game. Especially if you are a PS3 owner. Always good to support those exclusives that come to your console.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll call it a day here then. Unless you want to go to the door and see what happens next.
Not really. I think I've seen enough of this.
Alright.
I actually don't think I can see myself playing this.
Really?
A whole lot, yeah.
So, because it's not your sort of game, or do you think it's a bad game?
I just don't think it's my sort of game. Too much story.
Too much story.
Yeah.
You like something more action-oriented?
Yeah.
Alright, well, what about the actual controls? Did you find the controls good or bad?
Oh, no, they're fine, yeah.
You ran off an edge at one point.
Well...
Was that you or the game?
That was me. It's just, everything's pretty much boxes, so imagine...
You move in boxes as well?
Yeah, just the directional pad is moving on a grid. It's...
Okay, so if you tapped right, he'd move
Pretty
one block
much.
over. It wasn't like a free roam thing.
Yeah, it felt more like that.
Okay. Do you think that's better or worse than if you had like free movement control?
I think it's better.
Yeah. Less likely to make mistakes and like drop off the edge or something.
Yeah. Alright.
Alright, well, we'll stop here. I actually think I might play this game myself now.
See you, everyone.
Bye!